Are you serious? Are you serious? We're very, very serious of what has just happened. In
Very serious.
Right, very serious. We have urgent breaking news that there's been a massive explosion at a nuclear airbase just outside of Moscow in Russia. The war has come now to Vladimir Putin's backyard. This is a very serious situation. Let me tell you all about it in just a second. Shout out right now, noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. Guys, you know it's almost 2023 and nothing's really changed except the rain and the rent, okay? Everything is not looking good. The high inflation, the migration, the taxation, the frustration, the financial situation of this Biden administration. The year's ending, and things are now even more expensive than they were from the start. We all love the holidays, but there's not too much. People are struggling right now, and this is just the beginning of what looks like to be a very bad recession. But it's not too late to avoid the same thing happening again this year to your 401k. You say it can't go down worse. Yes, it can. Thousands of people have retired comfortably with the help of noblegoldinvestment.com because they protected and they're protecting their 401k or their retirement funds by putting it in a gold or silver precious metal IRA. If you're willing to do this, don't hesitate. They will give you this beautiful 3 ounces of pure silver American Virtue coin. 3 ounces. It's a great collector's item. 3 ounces. This thing's heavy. Of pure silver. That's Thomas Jefferson on the cover. Loves or on the front. Love to give this to you. They would love to give this to you. If you set up an IRA or 401k rollover IRA, $20,000 or more, you're going to get that coin for free. Just check it out. I put the link below. So click on that link. It takes you straight there. Or pick up the phone. Call them at 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347. And tell them that Pastor Paul Begley sent you there. You will be glad you did. No doubt about that. Well, yeah, it's getting ugly out there, guys. The war, look, Ukraine has taken a pounding. Ukraine has taken a beating. And so the pushback is on. No doubt about that. The pushback is on. Guys, we have been getting a ton of absolute, I don't know. I've never seen so many people praising a webinar, thanking us for a webinar. Of all of them we've done, this has been the greatest response of A pluses that we've ever received. It's that good. It's the webinar everybody's talking about. And of course, you can get your ticket for Deep Impact, Planet X, and Incoming Asteroids. You can go right now and get your ticket today, tonight, today. You can be watching it this afternoon and getting the inside information from the white hats that of course have been giving some info to Marshall Masters and Gil Brazard, and Gil Brazard's expertise. And they're just incredible. Or Stephen Ben-Noon, ex-CIA agent, who's also already working with the Pentagon on these incoming asteroids, and based on the ancient texts and scripts and tablets that have been found, and what was said before the last time Planet X came by, and what do we expect this time. And of course, Mike from the world's own intel that he shared with us. It's incredible, including a map that shows you the worst locations in the world and where there's tremendous pressure being applied because of this incoming binary system, the gravitational pull on our Earth. All of this, plus some dates are set now for you to understand what's coming. 2023. You need this webinar. So go right now and order it today at my website at paulbegleyprophecy.com. Or you can call the number on the screen if you want to, 765-414-2230. That's 765-414-2230, and get your ticket now. Okay. You'll be glad you did. You really will. You'll thank me. All right. Now here's the situation. Let's go quickly to the deal, the moment of where we're at right now, which is we are on the really on the brink of World War III. We're on the brink of Armageddon. What? 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 Yes, we're on the brink. I mean, don't yell, Pastor Begley. I just said World War III. Brink of World War III. I'm telling you, I'm showing you that a nuclear air base just outside of Moscow, about 100 miles, was hit by either a drone or some type of missile strike. And we're talking, there's nukes there. What is going on? So I got some inside info on this. Let me share that with you right now because it's incredible. It really is. It's incredible, but it shouldn't be incredible. I should know, you should know, we should all know that this is what's coming. The end is upon us. This explosion was at the nuclear air base 150 miles or so from Moscow, and it has opened a stunning new phase of the war with Russia and Ukraine. 2 explosions at a major Russian military base just outside of Moscow means the war in Ukraine has now come to Vladimir Putin's doorstep. The explosions, which may have been missiles or drone strikes, but that has yet to be confirmed, suggest that whoever's behind this wanted to strike fear right in the heart of Russia. The second explosion struck the Eagles 2 base, from which Tu-95 bombers have been pummeling Ukraine's infrastructure over the last 30 days. The fuel truck explosion at the base near Razin killed at least 3 people and wounded a half a dozen more Russian soldiers, and reportedly damaged several Tu-95 bombers and Tu-22M long-range missile bombers. So quite a few of the bombers were destroyed or severely damaged, which have all of these planes have nuclear capability. Also, there was a video posted on social media suggests that the telltale whistle of a fighter jet or missile can be heard just before the base explosions. This afternoon, several people in Crimea are reporting also hearing explosions there, and it is happening the same time that this attack was taking place at this nuclear base outside of Moscow. So this suggests this was a coordinated effort. Now, the Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov confirmed that Putin has been advised of this situation, but did not speculate on who might be behind it, saying quite unbelievably that he had only read about it in the media, according to reporters at a briefing. Well, he couldn't have read about it too long ago because it just happened this morning. Well, almost immediately after the reports, air raid sirens across Ukraine herald a barrage of missile strikes, with many targeting the Iranian nuclear power plant there at Zaporizhzhia, where at least 2 people were reported to be killed this morning after missiles destroyed several residential blocks. Several cities reported having no electricity or water after these Russian strikes. So after this attack on the Russian nuclear air base and attacks on Russian positions in Crimea, immediately Russia responded and did severe damage around the nuclear facility there in Ukraine, killing civilians and doing quite a bit of damage to civilian residents. According to Roman Buraskin, governor of Saratov region, where the Eagles 2 base is housed, he wrote on Telegram that the law enforcement agencies were chasing information about incidences at the military facilities. No emergencies have occurred in the city's residential areas. This is in Russia. So they didn't hit any of the Russian residential areas, just the military base there. But the Russia's response was directly at the civilians living around this nuclear facility in Ukraine. Ukraine's interior minister reported images of explosions on the telegram, suggesting that they were closely watching this. Some sources report that this morning's plane bases, airfields were scheduled to bomb Ukrainian energy infrastructure yet again, and so they were preemptively taking out those bombers. Other officials are saying that Russia's compounding losses in Ukraine is causing Moscow to become more desperate. The Earth is round. Discovery made by Galileo. Astronomy, was not studied in the Kremlin, giving preference to court astrologers. Vladimir Zelensky, advisor, wrote on a telegram, if it was, they would know. If something is launched into another country's airspace, sooner or later, unknown flying objects are going to return to the departure point. In other words, because you keep bombing us, you've got to know at some point something's going to be flying back at you. So in other words, the war is getting uglier and getting more aggressive. It looks as if the Ukrainians are at least pushing back, and they're getting the aid, the capability to do it from NATO. There's no doubt about that. And I'm sure that right now Vladimir Putin's trying to find out, did NATO fire those missiles at Russia, or did the Ukrainians using NATO technology or NATO weaponry? Well, what does it matter? At some point, if you continue to attack a country, which Russia has been doing, you got to know at some point somebody's going to push back. And I think I've been saying that for a while now. I don't know how much longer this kind of stuff can go on before it turns very, very ugly. And I really mean that. I'm very concerned about nuclear detonation. I really am. I just think that we got to recognize this, that it can't go on forever. There's going to be some kind of a pushback at some point here. And you notice how the war has ratcheted up, ratchet. Now we've been talking nuclear armament. Now we're seeing nuclear facilities being bombed. We're seeing now nuclear air base in Russia being hit. Now things are really going to another level of major concern here. I don't know. We're living in the last days, okay? That's for sure. I'll be right back right after this song. Yeah, it's getting ugly.
God, I'm so scared for this crooked generation. You even find faith in the earth when you bring down revelation. Forgive us now the sins of our youth, worshiping the idols that knew everything but the truth. Teach us how to uncorrupt our minds. Show us now while we still have the time. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We abandon everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the streets. How much will we see before the fire falls? Lord, could this really be?
the last altar call. We need your blood over the doorposts of our hearts. Anoint us with your fiery love as the praise and worship starts. Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We abandon everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the streets. Oh, we abandon everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the streets. Think about it. We abandon everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the street. We abandon everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the street. You know, people need to give their life to Jesus Christ. We really, really do need to give our lives to Jesus Christ. We are living in the last days. Guys, there's more. This is huge informational. This is the Salvation Station. We had people saved last night. Again, get your Deep Impact tickets. You haven't missed it. You can get your tickets today. Go to my website at paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's paulbegleyprophecy.com. And you can ask any of the people that have seen this. And I mean, the feedback has been amazing, really. And I knew it would be because I kept saying, guys, this information is now. It's right now. What's about to happen is right now. And I think people need to be ready. I'll get those DVDs ready. Give me some time for those of you who also want a copy of this webinar on DVD. Okay, so you can save them for your library. You can go back and refer back to it. Keep up with it. Yeah, add it to your collection. I'll be back, guys, with more. You can now you can either go to my website and order your ticket right now, or you can pick up the phone and call. Order the ticket. Deep Impact, Planet X, and the incoming asteroids. Get your Deep Impact ticket right now. If you want to call and do it, you can do it right now. The phone is on. The phone lines are call our main headquarters 765-414-2230. Here in Indiana, that's 765-414-2230. And you'll be glad you did. God bless all of you. I'll see you. I'll be back in just a few minutes with more breaking news. We're in the end times.